lot stronger and a lot faster than what we've done as far as the season go, and also at the beginning of games. It's something we're really going to work on during the course of our two-a-days. If we do have the intangible qualities, as our team had last year, with the talent we have, then we have a chance at some point to be a good football team during the course of the season.
Okay, hands up for questions. We'll get a microphone to you, and we'll start down here with Ron Higgins.
Sylvester, can you just talk about the effect of last season and winning the bowl game on your program, and how that you feel like it's taken it up a level in recruiting, or just attitude on the guys buying into what you're doing?
Ron, the biggest thing that's happened for us is we're now starting to see the residual effects of last season in the recruiting, because as you know, the nature of recruiting is such now that about mid-season it's pretty much over and done with. So last year's recruiting was pretty much in the books before we went down that winning stretch at the last part of the season. But we are way ahead of where we've ever been in recruiting for next season. In fact, right now, I think we're at 19 commitments already, and we've got a few guys in our state that if we can get those guys committed, and we feel positive about that at this point, then we'll have an excellent recruiting year. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Sylvester, did you use the Michael Brown situation to kind of illustrate to your players their responsibilities off the field as well as on?
Jim, that's that entire situation. I hope we've learned from that. Mike Brown is an excellent person. I think Mike was on the dean's list the previous semester. An excellent student. He made, in the spur of a moment, made one bad decision. And that's the thing we try to get our players to understand. These guys, some of the things they do, and I'm not making excuses for it, let's make sure you understand that. There were things that myself and my teammates did in college that if these guys did them today, I mean, would be horrifying. But what happens now because of the internet, all of these different kind of tubes we have on the internet and all that stuff, I don't totally understand it all. But the access to the public has so much access to what goes on so much quicker that a guy in a split second can change his entire course of his life just by a decision that he makes. And what we really try to do is educate our players to make the right decision. They're going to make mistakes. What we try to do in our program is hopefully try to keep them from making a mistake that they're going to have to live with the rest of their lives. And unfortunately, in this case, we had some guys who made some mistakes that, as far as being our program, they just can't be there anymore. And we talk to our players constantly. There's certain things on our campus. Any kind of possession of any kind of firearm is not tolerated at our institution. And they know that. And those are, if that happens on our campus, you are not going to be in the program again. And he made a bad decision.
In the middle, near the aisle.
Sylvester Croom dealing with the tough questions right off the bat in the 2008 SEC Media Day. More from Sly Croom after the break. Mississippi State want to redshirt Wesley Carroll 1 season to go. Couple quarterbacks get injured. He enters his sophomore season as a starter.
Flaws in his footwork. That's what he has to improve. His arm strength is strong enough to do what we want him to do. Because Wes played, and it's happening a lot to a lot of quarterbacks who play in high school offenses and spread offenses where all they do is play in shotgun throughout high school, is not used to taking a snap from under center and dropping back and delivering passes in a rhythm passing game. The footwork, the timing, it takes a lot of work. And that's what we've had him working on throughout the course of the entire offseason in spring practice. Just the improvement in that area is going to make his delivery and getting the ball to the receivers is going to make it a lot better.
Staying over here, Ian.
Hey, Sly.
Hey, Ian, how you doing?
Good. Speaking of that offense, is there a chance that it does open up a little bit this coming year? And also, I know you ended up using 3 quarterbacks last year. Would you like Wesley to be the only guy this year, or is a possible change of pace quarterback. Is that something you guys are looking at?
Okay, our offense is definitely going to open up, and a lot of that reason is it starts with the quarterback. I trust our quarterbacks, not only Wes, but Tyson Lee, who's a junior college transfer, to make the right decisions. In our offense, the ball goes to anybody can get the football. And in the years that we were at the Green Bay Packers, the running backs were the leading receivers in the offense every year. And but that requires the quarterback to make good decisions and be able to get the ball to the open receiver. We think Wes will do an even better job of that this year. We have more speed at wide receiver. That's going to allow us to attack vertically a little bit more than what we have done. And it's not that we will force it, but when the opportunity becomes available, he has that option. He has a green light. We've given him the green light to take those shots. If it doesn't work, we feel like with our running game that we can come back and make it up on the next play, whereas we didn't give him those kind of options last year. I mentioned Tyson Lee and Chris Relf. All of our quarterbacks can make plays with their feet now, and that was important for Wes going down the stretch. We ran a little bit of the inside zone option. We added that to our mix, and it will continue to be a part of our offense. And Wes made several plays going down the stretch of those last 4 games where he pulled the ball down and ran the football. Tyson can do that, and Chris Relf is almost like having another running back out there. He has the strongest arm of all the guys, but he just has not mastered the entire offense to this point. But there are certain things that we can do with him to take advantage of his athletic ability should he have to play on an extended basis. Our plan, we used 2 offensive lines last year. We played 22 guys on defense last year. If Tyson is good enough to win, then we will play 2 quarterbacks this year, and it has nothing to do with Wes's performance. I just have always believed that if you can, any contribution that any of our players can make toward us winning the game, we want to use them. That makes everybody accountable for wins and losses. It also heightens everybody's intensity and preparation because they know they're going to play.
All the way in the back, Coach.
Coach, given all the positive things that you said about Wesley, what is it about his personality that now given a little bit more freedom and now that he has a little bit more confidence, what do you think those aspects of his personality will allow him not to get too caught up in trying to be a Tim Tebow or a Wilson or a Stafford?
Well, first of all, Wes is a team player. And hopefully that's one of the things when I talked about maintaining an identity that we have established as part of our culture at Mississippi State. And we constantly talk about this. Anytime anybody does anything that seems to have another agenda or that tries to elevate themselves above the team, then they're going to be called on that. That's me, coaches, anybody. Nobody in our program is bigger than Mississippi State. It's not about an individual. It's about Mississippi State. And that's the way we are, and that's the way we always will be.